So Christie Sides is now finally all on the Caitlin Clark bandwagon. I think we've seen it from the pre. It realistically was a preseason with Christie Sides basically saying she had private meetings with Caitlin Clark on how to get this team working better, and I think it is a lot of it is that like I think Christie Sides didn't think Caitlin Clark's gonna be this good. I think she thought she was gonna be good, but I think nobody thought she was gonna, or not nobody. I think a lot of people did, but nobody in that specific organization thought she was gonna be this good. And this is what Christie Sides is saying right now about Caitlin Clark on a podcast.
But her playmaking skills are just, that to me is what's so impressive, and it's just been so fun to be out on the court with Caitlin Clark and the things that she sees, her court vision and the passes that she makes. I mean, sometimes you just have to pause and I just turn around. I'm just like, wow, like, just that a pass that she'll make, and we'll go over and look at it during the practice, like with our video guy, just because we're like, wow, was that as special as we thought it was. And it is. So I think, like you said, reps has a huge part of that. Successful.
And this was a big play. This was in the game where they won, wasn't it? I think this was in the game where they won. Yeah, that was the one where she's wide open for a layup. Where everyone thinks she's going to the wing and she just throws it in for the wide open layup. That was to make it a 5-point game. That was one of the craziest plays. Like, she literally, everyone thinks she's passing the ball to Kelsey Mitchell. And then suddenly a wide open layup there for Alyssa Smith for game, basically. That was the second game. The second win, I think? Or was the first one? No, I think that was... No, 4... Yeah, Indiana are 4-10. That was the second game. Which is crazy. Someone forgot about Smith. But it is very true. And it's like... Look, you can't watch these games. And, like, I get it. People are going to watch with a biased eye. But, like... There's a reason why. It's funny. It's so... Like, obviously, there are people that are just... I genuinely think that the vast majority of the people in the... Let's attack the other side Twitter don't watch basketball. Like, there's a reason why so many basketball fans who are watching the Sky are so like Kennedy Carter as a player so much. Maybe they don't like Kennedy Carter as a person, but she's just this explosive guard in the mold of an Iverson. Like, she's like an Iverson type player. There's a reason why people in the All-Star game gravitate towards Enrique, but if you watch the Dallas Wings play, you would not. I'm telling you, if you watch the Dallas Wings play, you would not gravitate towards Enrique. My God, there's games where she shoots 25%, but there's a reason why, like, if you're looking at these Caitlin Clark clips, some of the stuff that she does, like, there is no, in my opinion, there is no better fast break passer than Caitlin Clark in basketball right now, men or women. There's no better fast break passer. I still think in the half court, with like court vision, I still think Luka's court vision is more impressive, especially what he can do through double teams. I still think he's better at that. And I still think, I'm just trying to think historically, I think LeBron still might be more impressive as far as the half-court vision goes. And I think that might, or maybe he doesn't have better court vision. Maybe he's just stronger so he can throw further passes. But I don't think there's anyone but she's like at that level. And that's the thing where it's like, what Caitlin Clark does so well is, it's not that she is the fastest player. And this is what, like, she plays at a pace and just constantly runs with a motor that is not, we've never seen from a guard before. But also, it's here. And also, in fairness, we saw in the All-Star game, Angel Reese thinks the game as fast. Kate Martin thinks the game almost as fast as Caitlin Clark. Like, these players playing with her, you have to think the game faster. Like, if you have a point guard who is going to, all you have to do is just run and be alert and you will get the ball, you're going to be more alert. She's more alert than everybody else. She sees everything. And it's scary. Look, the 3-point shot is going to come back at some stage, whether it be this year or some stage in her career, is going to come back. She is, like, the way they used to describe Steve Nash is they were like, he knows what's going to happen before it happens. And that the reason he's not fast, he's not got the best handle in the world, he's not this super athlete, but it was all in here. And for Caitlin Clark, even without the shooting, like, if the shooting comes back, she's the best guy in the league by so much, no one's going to question it. But it's all in here. It's all in the head. And it's like, you just find players that are match her IQ level, which Aaliyah Boston, as far as bigs are concerned, yeah, Aaliyah Boston really does match Caitlin Clark's IQ. And I've been so impressed with Aaliyah Boston. I've been so impressed with Aaliyah Boston's improvement. And I think you can't, as a coaching staff, watch the Fever play and think what she is doing is even like that anyone else in this league can do what she's doing. Obviously, this pass right here, there's 5 point guards in the league that make this pass. But if you watch the totality of games, there is no player in the WNBA that can play like she plays. She plays like a UCLA Lonzo Ball. And I know some people forgot the hype of UCLA Lonzo Ball, but Lonzo Ball was averaging like 15 points a game, and everyone thought he was a lock for the number 1 overall pick. Like, the UCLA team went from being terrible to not being able to lose. And he was just there sprinting up the floor, finding everybody, scoring a little bit. Like, everyone was hyped about it. She's almost playing in the WNBA like a UCLA Lonzo. It's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. But, yeah, it's very interesting to see Christie Sides finally, like, obviously, I think there's no question about it. Christie Sides knows how good Caitlin Clark is. And obviously she's talking about how good Caitlin Clark is. So it's a little bit different than we need to cut out some of the bad habits. And look, I give Christie Sides some grace. I give her some grace in the stuff at the start of the year because I think was it Lisa Bluder that said it was like basically everything you learn about coaching you have to throw out the window when you're coaching Caitlin Clark. And like, as in, like, coaching X's and O's of basketball. But then there's Caitlin Clark, who can just completely dominate a game in a way that a textbook, especially someone learning from the WNBA textbook, says is the bad way to play basketball. And sometimes, like, it takes a revolutionary player to change the way the game is played. And I think Caitlin Clark is the first. I think there's a long list of players in college that will play, that can play at this breakneck speed, that can play at this high level. Ironically, I don't know how many of them play for South Carolina or UConn, ironically. But I think there are players out there that have this motor. I think that people are going to start recruiting for motor more than anything at the WNBA level. I think it's going to be a really interesting thing to see. But it's very good Christie Sides, like, actually acknowledging it. And look, this is the best team Christie Sides. Christie Sides is coaching a playoff team. Christie Sides does not have the resume to be a head coach in the WNBA, and now she's coaching a playoff team. I'd say she's delighted about it. And not only that, I wouldn't be surprised if she's told, yeah, if you're able to coach Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, and they don't want you here, we are not firing you. That's realistically what the case is, probably the case. Anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.